Women's participation in naked festival, a sign of how aging is forcing changes to male-centric Japanese tradition. Women take part in Hadaka Matsuri, or Naked Festival, for the first time in 1,250 years at Kanomiwa Shrine in Inazawa, Aichi Prefecture, Central Japan on February 22nd, 2024. Tokyo, Hong Kong, CNN. With a history spanning more than 1,200 years, Hadaka Matsuri, or the Naked Festival, is Japanese masculinity on full display, quite literally. Across Japan in freezing winter, thousands of men strip naked except for a delicate piece of crotch covering white inoculus to jostle around their local shrines. Each participant tries to get as close as possible to the man playing the role of Shin Otoko, a god man who wards off the bad luck. On one hand, the ritual illustrates Japan's steadfast respect for tradition and cultural heritage, but on the other, in insistence on excluding women, only men were considered pure in the traditional Japanese culture, bears all the hallmark of one of the country's greatest modern struggles, gender inequality. To this day, men hold the country's highest offices and most of the top jobs at prestigious private firms. Last year, the World Economic Forum ranked Japan 125 in its Global Gender Gap Index report, far below other G7 countries such as Germany, Britain, and the United States. It was just a few spots ahead of India and South Arabia, both notoriously full performers on gender equality. Some women in Japan still battle deep-rooted cultural expectations that require them to take the role of shufu or housewife, experts said. Meanwhile, the country's painstakingly long work hours and male-centric institutional culture conspire further against women who are already burdened disproportionately by more family duties than men. But in the Naked Festival, women have recently found hope. Even the country's most entrenched male-centric tradition was recently subverted by another wrinkle in the national fabric, the shrinking population. Men strip naked except for the delicate piece of crotch-covering white loincloth to take part in the Naked Festival at Kanomiwa Shrine on February 22nd, 2024. In February, as the number of male participants dwindles, the country's oldest Hadaka Matsuri at the Kanomiya Shrine in central Japan welcomed 41 women to take part for the first time. One reason to permit women to participate in such a traditional festivals due to the shortage of men, said Mikiko Ito, uh, emerita emerita professor who specialized in gender politics at Hosei University in Tokyo. The number of young men is declining rapidly. Women should be welcome because of shortage of men participants, so we've been very welcome. Haruhiko Nishiro, 57, a member of the alumni club for Shin Otoko involved in the organizing the Hadaka Matsuri at the Kanomiwa Shrine recalled the last year the festival had only 1,700 attendees, only one-fifth of the pre-pandemic crowds. He said the women had never been explicitly banned from taking part, but such mass participation was the first. The female group, known as Anyukai, was assigned a minor role on the day, and the women agreed they should keep their clothes on. But for those who take part, it was deeply symbolic. Japan but cannot help but put men at the front and the women in the back. I want to unleash female power from now on. Participant Achiko Tamakoshi, 56, told CNN. Women donning hapi, a traditional festive coat, were responsible for carrying the bamboo offering during the Naked Festival at Kanomiwa Shrine on February 22nd, 2024. For the organizer, it may be a practical decision, but Vice President of NUKAI, Ayaka Suzuki, 36, said it's about gender equality. It does not end there, scholars say. With no easy solutions in sight, Japan's declining population may not only reshape the millennium-old festival, but also transform the world's fourth biggest economy. The impact of the aging society is very important for the Japanese economy. You need more working people, more active people. So why are women still at home? Let women participate in the labor market, Ito said. Aging society is a chance for women to achieve gender equality because our society needs more able people, she said. Now or never, Japan's number of births dropped for the eighth consecutive year in 2023, plunging 5.1% from the previous year to the all-time low of 758,631, according to the Ministry of Health, with the fertility rate hovering around 1.3 in recent years, far below the rate of 2.1 it required to maintain a stable population. Japan has very low levels of immigration. The Japanese government has long described its mission to boost birth as the question of now or never. Ito from Hosei University says the consequences of the declining population aren't confined to small towns or traditional rituals. Japan's workforce totaled 66 million people in 2023, including foreign nationals, according to the report released in January this year by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, called the OECD. But the figure will plunge by more than half to about 32 million by the turn of the century if Japan's fertility rate continues to stagnate, the report predicted. And as the population crisis spirals, the government and many businesses have started asking why women are still bound by social expectation to stay home, Ito said. Amplified voices. There have been improvements, according to Ito, though, as with the changes to the Hadaka Matsuri, the motives may have been more pragmatic than progressive. Many businesses are promoting greater gender equality in workplaces to make women feel more welcome. The government has also introduced a string of initiatives to lessen the burdens on mothers, including a vision to encourage 85% of male workers to take paternity leave by 2030 for a more even division of domestic labor. Examples of women leaders include Michiro Totori, who took the helm of Japan Airlines on April 1st to become its first female president and CEO. Seasoned politician Yoko Kamikawa was appointed foreign minister last September, becoming the first woman to take up the role in 2 decades. But in general, women's representation in politics and in management remains unsatisfactorily low, experts will note. Only 5 of Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's 20-member cabinet were women, and as of 2023, less than 13% of senior and leadership posts in businesses were held by women, according to the Global Gender Gap Report. Lack of innovative policies such as quota systems for women adopted by some European countries is holding Japan back, Ito said. Kaori Katada, an associated social science professor at Hosei University, said Japan's improvement on gender equality has been incremental and nuanced. While women are given more opportunities, she said, bias and stereotypes persist. Women were mostly confined to junior positions and caretaking jobs such as kindergarten care and nursing, and they are generally paid less than their male counterpart, she said. This means women have to take care of the house and the children, which forces them into part-time work. They cannot accept high responsibility management positions because they need to look after children too, she said. And not all social institutions were ready to embrace women as much as the Hadaka Matsuri at Kanoshima Serene, as the handful of women who tried to set the foot in a ring of sumo wrestling, another male-dominated sport, can testify. Hiyori Kon, 26, a top amateur sumo wrestler and pro protagonist in the 2018 Netflix documentary Little Miss Sumo, told CNN she is often confronted by disapproval, reminding her that Japan has a long way to go on gender equality. Once she said her male colleague told her, "If you continue sumo, you won't be able to marry, so you better quit soon."